Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. I'm Barb Baldwin, and this month we're starting a new collaboration. We're going to be doing Crafty Copycat creations. Every month we're going to show you a new project, and then we'll show you alternatives just to show that there's no one right way to create. So this month's project is something that you would normally throw away, but we're going to go ahead and upcycle it into something that's gift worthy and useful for everyone. So let's go ahead and take out your paper trimmer. And we're going to cut down some black cardstock into something that's 6 1/8 by 9 1/8. And this is going to fit perfectly on the top of one of those kit boxes from Stampin' Up. So long after the kit is done, this will be a great way to store something or give it away to someone. So we're going to use some North Pole DSP, but use whatever paper you would like. And cut it down to 6 inches by 9 inches. So that's going to go on top of that black cardstock. But first, we're going to use some of the pennant frames. So I'm using that the second to largest one. And I wanted to cut out there, but it's not going to fit through my machine that way. So I'm going to show you a little hack that I did. So I'm going to go ahead and washi tape it down. And then I'm using the back of a spoon from my silverware drawer, and I'm just going to go ahead and run along the little rails where it would go through the machine in die cut, and we'll die cut that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the actual die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut out the word box, and then I ended up not needing to use the circle, but I love the little dovetail, so I use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the mini alphabet because I'm going to use that as an accent piece on top of the box wording. And then I'm going to use the 3 smallest pennants and cut out just like a variety of the different North Pole papers. So I have a bunch of scraps left, so I'm just cutting all of those out using those pennants. Okay, so let's go ahead and pre-assemble some of that front cover. So I'm just using my tape runner, and I'm going to attach that cutout piece. And I forgot to video, but I also cut out using that next size down pennant, a piece from that North Pole delivery that is the blue dots, but that's a easy thing to just cut out on your own. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel off the backing for the box letters. I ran it through with the adhesive on the back. So I want to put the first letter and the last letter down first because that way everything sort of fits in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead, and the dots make it really easy to make sure that everything is lined up. And then I'm going to put down that center letter. That way you know that it's going to all fit in the right spot. So also along those same lines, I like to sort of dry fit like any long words on my paper trimmer, just because that way it's got like a little clear thing. You can just sort of attach the adhesive temporarily onto that clear bit. And it just sort of gives you a good idea of how everything's going to space together. So I really recommend doing that. So then you can just put it down in the middle of that birthday box area, you know, the way that you want it to do. And then I just sort of took the different dovetails that I'd cut out using that pennant die cutting set. And then I'm just using a Post-it note to like pick up the way that they are, because I like the way that they are spaced. And then I add adhesive to the back. I trim them off because I want that top border to stay. And then I'm just going to do that again on the other side, just to make sure that everything just sort of stays in place perfectly. I hate it when I get it lined up perfectly and then it just doesn't work. So this is a way to go to combat that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I stamped, the only stamping on this box on the front is like a little banner I had taken from the Round We Go stamp set, and it's stamped in real red. So the one thing that comes with the North Pole delivery is this really cool, like, square envelope box sort of thing. And I wasn't quite sure how it worked out. This is one of my first times using it, but it's got a couple of different options for what's going to pop up to hold that box together. So you're just going to use a piece of washi tape and connect it down. And then when you cut out the whole thing, then whatever you've chosen will be there. So that gives you a lot of options. So I guess the other part of the stamping is from the Round We Go. And then I'm just stamping right there on the box so that it shows the right way when we have the box, like, inside the box. Okay, so go ahead and burnish all your folds. I'm just going through and doing all of the little fold marks and then folding out those little things. And so to create the box, we want to have the bottom part all taped closed. And then the top part, we want to be able to get in and out, because my vision is that we could either put like a snack in there or put some postage stamps, something that's really useful for when you're doing the gift cards. So I'm just using the tear and tape and doing the bottom part of the envelope. So, like, don't put any tear and tape on the top part. And I would suggest, I actually went a little too far with the tearing tape. I would actually make it just like a little bit less. So then that way it doesn't get in the way when you try to close that box. Okay, so the last little bit for that box is one of the DSPs has this cute little like village scene, and I was like, no, that'd be pretty cute. So I'm just using my scissors and fussy cutting it out, and we're just gonna glue that to the front of the box at the bottom, and that'll cover up any of the glue areas that show up on the outside. And then because the village pops up just a hair too much, you just want to take your snips and go ahead and trim the sides. And then we're going to add some tear and tape to the back. And then let's go ahead and make the rest of the inside of that box. So here's that blue that I cut the other piece out of for the front cover. And we're just going to cut another piece that's 6 inches by 9 inches. And then I'm using the reverse that we cut out from that front cover. And we're going to put that on that top part. And we're going to do about 2 inches from each side. So the paper trimmer really makes it easy to line everything up. So since we know it's going to be about 2 inches on each side from the front. And then we're going to go ahead and put some more of those dovetails up on the top. And we're going to go ahead and attach that little treat box on the front inside. So I really recommend putting it together before you place it into the box, just so that way you can like sort of smooth down and make sure that it's attached to that that paper, so it doesn't fall off. And then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the inside of the box on the inside cover. And as long as we've got our liquid adhesive out, let's go ahead and attach that front cover as well. The front cover is 1/8 of an inch larger, so it'll take up a little bit more room, but we want to make sure that the inside, none of the mechanism for the box gets covered up at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that inside divider, which really is the magic of the whole thing. You could always use the info sheet from the DSP. It's a little bit sturdier and it's white on one side. So you could use that, or you can use Cardstock. So I chose to use Pool Party just to match the DSP and to be a little fun. And so you just need a piece that's 6 inches by 12 inches. and then score it at 1.5, 3, 7 3/4, 8 3/4, and 9 3/4. And then you'll cut a backer piece that's 3 inches, and then score it halfway through, so it's 1.5 inches, and then score it at 1 1/4 inch. And then I like to put it just to make sure that everything fits perfectly. I like to do one side of that divider piece, then go ahead and do that center divider. If you use some liquid adhesive, it really just stays a little sturdier. You don't really need to do the adhesive there, but it just sort of pulls everything together nicely. So, okay, grab that other piece that's 6 inches by 6 3/4 inch, and it's scored at 1/2 inch, 3 3/4, and 5 1/4, and only fold up that 3 1/4 and 5 1/4 score line, and leave that 1/2 inch as sort of like a guide on where to put your adhesive. And fit it into your box the way that you're going to want it to be in there. So I just I like having a little bit of room on either side so that the tabs go in correctly on the box. So I just like to give it a little bit of room. And I mean, you could just put it down, lining it up on the other piece, but this way it's just like a bespoke fit. So go ahead and use a pen to mark that edge, where the edge is going to be. And I'm just using my snips to go in, and then I'll fold up and over both sides of that 3-inch backer piece. And then we'll have one piece go on the top, one piece sort of pulls the bottom together. And it makes a very sturdy divider. So I plan on using mine for cards. So I thought that, I'd be going in and out of it a lot. So I really wanted the divider piece to just be a sturdy thing that doesn't get in the way at all. So I'm using the liquid adhesive to pull that back side all together. And that is the super heavy duty divider. So let's go ahead and put that in the box. You'll see the tabs fit in perfectly and in the front. And because we made that center divider a little shorter, that means that the box fits down perfectly. So our dimensions are just slightly different than Christina's from last week. So I made up a couple cards from the honeycomb card kit, and I'm just going to fill that up on the for the divider. So one side of the divider is a little skinnier than the other side. So the envelopes need to go in the wider size because the envelopes are just slightly larger than the cards. So you'll see you'll see exactly which side everything goes in. And then the little box, like I said, treats or postage will fit in there perfectly. And that is it. Well, thanks for making this along with me. I want to see what your version looks like. So go to the Facebook page. We've created a group. Upload a picture of your box. And I can't wait to see what it looks like. And don't forget to stay crafty.